taking a look at what truly is an unusual accomplishment here in our very own backyard, comparable to some of the world's famous architectural sites like Stonehenge, the Great Pyramids of Egypt, and the Moai heads of Easter Island. Right here in Homestead sits a remarkable engineering marvel, a timeless place shrouded in mystery.
The construction of Coral Castle is as mysterious as the man who built it, Edward Liskonen. Born in 1887 in Riga, Latvia, Edward was the amazing man who single-handedly and with simple tools created Coral Castle. How did one man cut, move, and stack huge blocks of limestone with mathematical accuracy and precision? Ed never revealed to anyone how he was able to achieve such a massive undertaking. No one ever actually saw Ed move the stones. Adding to the strangeness, he did most of his work at night. How and why he built it is still a mystery. When Ed was 26 years old, he was engaged to Agnes Scuff. He always referred to Agnes as his sweet 16 and considered her the love of his life. On the day before the wedding, she told Ed she did not want to marry him, and devastated by her rejection, Ed left Latvia in search of something better, eventually making his way down to South Florida.
Well, it is more than just the beauty of the place. It is the quality of magic that feels like it's here. There's a quality that takes an ordinary little man who's about 5 feet tall, if that. I don't even know if he's 5 feet tall. And he becomes this extraordinary creator. And he has done all this. He said that he thought that he had found the secret of the pyramids. And it must be because nobody ever saw him do this. And he did it all by himself. And I think that's so remarkable for what he's done here.
He left Latvia in April of 1912. And what's interesting about that is the ship that he left on made it here, but he could have taken another ship at the same time, and that was the Titanic. And of course, that ship didn't make it. He first went to Canada, and he worked up there in the mines and lumber industry. Then after Canada being there a couple of years, he went out to the Pacific Northwest. He was in Washington, Oregon, and California. Now, by this time, 8 years had passed. And we know in 1920, he was in Oregon because he was counted in the United States Census of 1920 in Oregon.
Reuben Moser and his family lived in Florida City. Ed was seriously ill when the Moser family took him in. Eventually, Ed acquired a 2-acre parcel of land from Mr. Moser, and this is where he began the monumental task of creating his masterpiece.
He opened up his first tourist attraction, which he called Rock Gate Park, not Coral Castle, in February of 1923. And he operated that there between February 1923 and 1936. Well, when he started there, opened it up in 1923, he was 36 years old, because he was born in 1887.
This gentle, shy, and friendly man would tell sightseers that he had built it, so she would come. If his Sweet 16 was truly Ed's inspiration for this megalithic creation, then it would even rival the Taj Mahal. One notable piece in this stone garden is the Feast of Love table, a 5,000-pound heart-shaped table which has beautiful Ixoria plants filling the center hole. This is truly among the largest of Valentine's tributes in the world.
I think probably he was very much into educating himself, researching, experimenting, so I think it was a compilation of his life's work that he put into this.
In 1936, Edward moves his structures 10 miles north from Florida City to Homestead. People come from all over the world to catch a glimpse of this love story told in stone. Explorers are immersed in this fascinating wonderland and can truly appreciate the enormity of constructing Coral Castle.
Although people saw it in the area, saw him building this, they obviously took photographs of him doing it. once they had opened this up as a tourist attraction, people would ask him, how did you do it? He gave two answers. One, it's easy if you know how. To me, that's the same way of saying, I know how to do it and you don't. So we sort of brag a little bit, but that's okay. He was entitled to brag. But he also said, I know the laws of weights, leverage, and balance, so I know how the Egyptians built the pyramids. And so I think what it meant by that, he found simple levers, pulleys that the Egyptians might have had, so he assumed that they used the same techniques to build the pyramids. Well, other than the obvious ones of the block and tackle, in which we have evidence of, some of the other theories is he somehow used electricity and magnetism to raise the rocks. And some people, this theory I truly don't understand, but some people say this is on some like magic ley line or some kind of energy field, and so he levitated the rocks.
The heaviest single piece is the north wall, which is behind us where you see the apex. And that is 30 tons.